Good evening and welcome to Crime Wire News. Tonight's top story is developing rapidly when we pause to examine the fundamental architecture of this situation. We are immediately struck by the sheer banality of the structural framework. It is not merely that the paradigm has shifted, but rather that the paradigm itself was never truly anchored in a foundational reality to begin with. One must look at the overarching thematic resonance to understand that the synthesis of these disparate elements is functioning exactly as one would expect, given the inherent limitations of the system in play. The complexity here is not derived from depth, but from a chaotic layering of superficial mechanics that simulate function without ever actually achieving it. We are witnessing a series of events that claim to be consequential, yet when subjected to rigorous analytical pressure, they dissolve into a vapor of rhetorical posturing and systemic redundancy. It is a loop, a closed circuit of causality, where the beginning implies the end, and the end is nothing more than a hollow echo of the beginning. To suggest that there was a linear progression here would be a gross miscalculation of the variables. Rather, it is a lateral movement, a sidestep into obscurity that masquerades as forward momentum. The very essence of this scenario is defined by its refusal to adhere to the standard metrics of success or failure, opting instead for a gray area of operational mediocrity that is as fascinating as it is utterly pointless. However, if we dare to peer beneath the veneer, the implications of this trajectory become deliciously obscure. It is the subtle undercurrent of the narrative that provides the true insight, suggesting that the ripple effects will be felt long before the stone has even hit the water. The strategy employed here is reminiscent of a chess game played by novices who believe they are grandmasters, moving pieces with a confidence that is entirely unearned, yet strangely compelling to the untrained eye. What we are seeing is a convergence of intent and accident, a collision where the calculated risk meets the unforeseen variable in a way that suggests a deeper, perhaps more sinister, methodology at work. It is not about the what, my dear viewers, but the how and the why that remain perpetually out of reach. The resonance of the decision-making process implies a certain inevitability